Hi kids, so today for reading, I'm going to show you two different books. Now last week, Miss Henderson read you guys Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. Most of you know the story pretty well. You know about our main character, Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. So I'm not going to read this one to you again, but keep in mind our main character and what he's like. So today though, I'm going to read you a new story. I can't read the whole thing, it would take too long, but I'm going to read you a couple pages. And I want you to be thinking about this main character. We've read Froggy books before, so remember this is Froggy. And this is Froggy Eats Out. And as I'm reading, be thinking about Froggy and be thinking about how is he like Little Rabbit Foo-Foo? How are they the same? And then how are they different? Because we're going to be comparing them. So let's read a couple pages of Froggy Eats Out by Jonathan London. Froggy Eats Out. It was almost dinner time and Froggy was hungry. He sat at the kitchen and dreamed about burgers and flies. Ooh. Then he hopped up and he looked for something to eat. He looked in the cabinet, slam. He looked in the fridge, slam. He looked in the oven, bang. Mom, yelled Froggy, there's nothing good to eat. Froggy, called his mother. What? Did you forget it's our anniversary? We're going out to eat. Hooray! Sang Froggy. Let's go. First, you need to get dressed up, dear. We're going to a fancy restaurant. So Froggy flopped to his bedroom. Flop, flop, flop. He slipped on his shirt, unzipped his pants, took off his shoes, pulled off his socks, and even changed his underwear with a zap of elastic. Then he tugged on his best pants, zip, buttoned up his best shirt, zoop, 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 put on his best socks, zoop, and tied them up, twit, twit. Then he put on his best bow tie, snip, his mom and dad, and then flopped out to show his mom and dad. Flop, flop, flop. You look very handsome, dear, said his mother, but you forgot to wash. Whoops, said Froggy. So he went to the bathroom and washed his hands and face. Splash, splash, splash. He used lots and lots of water, but only a little bit of soap. So I'm going to pause here. So I want you guys to be thinking about our main character, Froggy. And also remember, be thinking about our main character, Little Rabbit Foo-Foo, because we're going to say how they're the same and how they're different. So Miss Henderson has our piece of paper. Use whatever you have. And I'm going to create, it's called a Venn diagram. It's really easy to make. You can have your mom or dad or grandma help you. So it's two big circles. But first, things first, it's always the same. I pick up my pencil and I write my name. Remember, try to start doing your last name if you can. And then start adding the date because you guys are getting ready for first grade. It's April 20th, 2000. And I said, this is called a Venn diagram. It's going to be two big circles. And you can use pencil in case you make a mistake, you want to erase it and try again. And we're going to try to make them as big as we can. So two big circles. So one goes over here. And what makes a Venn diagram special is they overlap. And I know it's blurry. Give it a second. Let me see if I can fix that for you. There we go. So they're going to overlap. So they're going to be touching and go over each other. There we go. It doesn't have to be perfect. But so you're going to have three spots. You have over here to right, the middle, and over here. Now be thinking, who are Miss Henderson's two main characters I chose? I chose Little Rabbit Foo-Foo from last week. Little. Ooh. Oh, you know what? And I can just look at the cover. You can use your book to help you write. So Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. Rabbit. R-A-B-I-T. Foo-Foo. Foo. Foo. So that was our first character. And who was our second character I chose? I chose Froggy. So I'm going to put Froggy over here. Frog. Froggy. And now I'm going to tell you how they're the same and how they're different. So The things that are the same, we're going to put in the middle because they're both the same. Well, I noticed that both Little Rabbit Foo-Foo and Froggy are animals. They're both animals. So I'm going to say let me count my words. They are both animals. So I need 4 words. 1, 2, 3, 4. I made this kind of small, so I meant to write kind of small. You might want to make yours a little bigger. They are is one of our words. A, R, E, both. B, O. That TH makes the th. Animals. A, I, moles. They're both animals. That's how they're the same. Little Rabbit Foo-Foo, he was, in his story, he was very mischievous. Remember, he was getting into trouble. He wasn't being very nice. Froggy, he's not getting into trouble. He's just having fun. He's not being mean to anybody. So I'm going to say over here, Little Rabbit Foo-Foo, let's see, he was kind of mean. He was being kind of mean, so that's 5 words. He was kind of mean. End of the sentence, period. He, uppercase H, because it's the beginning of our sentence. He was, that's one of our words. W, kind. K, I, N, of is one of our words. Mean, I'm going to sound out mean. E, there's a silent N there. Mean, mean. So he was kind of mean. Froggy, he wasn't really mean. He's just being silly, having fun. So he was not mean. He was being kind in the story. So I say he was being kind because he was very excited to go to dinner with his mom and dad, and he didn't argue when his mom said to go get dressed or wash his face. He just did it. So he's being very kind. He was being kind. He was being kind, period. He, finger space, was, I already wrote it over here so I can copy it. Being kind. I have my period, so I'm good. So that's how they're different. I'm going to keep going. I'm going to tell you at least one more thing about Froggy, one more thing about Little Rabbit Foo-Foo, how they're different, and I'm going to tell you one more thing about how they're the same. I'm probably going to say they are both boys, because they are both boys. That's something they have in common, the same, so that goes in the middle. Now, I did Froggy and Little Rabbit Foo-Foo. You can do any 2 characters you have, so all you need are 2 books. Read them both with a mom and dad, brother, sister, somebody. Read them both and then compare the main characters for me. And use a sheet of paper like I did and tell me about them. How are they the same and how are they different? I cannot wait to see what you guys send. If you want, when you're done writing, remember on the back you can always draw a picture of your main character so I can see them. I love to see your guys' drawings. So this is your reading for the week. I'm very excited to see it. I miss you very much. I'll talk to you later. Bye.